Hello, my outstanding scholars. You're welcome to class. In this lesson, you'll be learning about making sprites. And our objective for this lesson is to introduce you to programming in Sprite Lab. You will begin to form an understanding of the programming model of this tool and also to explore ways to express yourself. Now, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to create animation using sprites and behaviors, and also create new sprites and assign them costumes and behaviors. Beautiful. You're going to have fun learning in this class. Now, let's quickly take a look at some vocabularies you are going to be getting used to in this lesson. Some vocabularies you are going to be getting used to. Now we have, first of all, a sprite. Like we learned in our previous lesson, a sprite is a graphic on the screen with size, location, and appearance. It must have a location, a size, and an appearance. That is a sprite. Okay, let's proceed to the next vocabulary. We'll have algorithm. Algorithm. What is algorithm? Algorithm is a list of steps taken to complete a task. When you talk about algorithm, we are talking about a list of steps that is taken or that is needed to take to complete a given task. Okay, now let's see what we have next. Behavior. What is behavior? In relation to computer science, behavior is an action that the sprite performs continuously until it is told to stop. The action a sprite performs or displays continuously until it is told to stop. That is behavior. Now let's talk about program. What is program? A program is an algorithm that has been coded into something that can be run by a machine. An algorithm is a set of instructions. So we can say a program is a set of instructions that has been coded into something that can be run by a machine. Now let's quickly listen to an overview of this lesson.
It's time to dig into some fun features of Sprite Lab. The first thing to do is to set up a sprite. To add a sprite, you can use the Make a New Sprite block. This block lets you give your sprite a costume and a location. If you want to change the sprite's location, you can click the pin in the location block and then click where you want it to go. You can change the size of your sprites too. To make a sprite smaller, you can use the set size block and then type in a number that is less than 100. If you have 2 or more sprites with the same costume, this will change all of them at once. Now let's get the sprite moving by using a behavior. You can start by giving the sprite the spinning right behavior. Once the behavior begins, it will run over and over again forever, or until you tell it to stop. And that's all there is to it. Now it is your turn.
You're welcome back to our lesson on the Code Studio, making Sprite. This level is a prediction level, and we are going to study the program, the block of code, and read the instruction to choose the correct option from the list of options. We are told read the code and make a prediction. A says both planes will move one space along the grid then stop. That is not stated in the block of code, as you can see. B says both planes will start moving and not stop. Okay, looking at the both planes on the play area, I think that is similar to what we have in the block of code. Okay, if you look at option C and option D, reading the options, you notice they are not stated in the block of code that have been created already. So I'll be going for option B. That certainly should be the correct answer. If you study the block of code the programs created already, it is similar to what we have. Both planes will start moving and not stop. Okay, if you let's quickly look at the next option. All the same, one plane will move first and the other plane will move next, will move then. That is not stated in the block of code. So we'll click run and see what happens. Okay, the plane moves and beautiful, so we're correct. Okay, now let's move on to the next level. Level 2, we are going to be, let's see what we have here in level 2. Okay, now making a sprite. To make a sprite, open the sprite category of the toolbox and drag out the block. Very important, very important. You must get to understand or to know that to make a sprite, we are going to be making use of the make a new sprite block. So we are told to click on the function in the toolbox. Click on the area in the toolbox, and drag out the what which we just did now. Drag out the sprite block. Now we already have a sprite displayed on the play area. We have just created a sprite. Now you can as well change your background. As you can see, we had to put the background block, set background block first before the sprite block, so we can have any background of our choice. As you can see, I'm changing the background to have any background you choose to have. You can decide to give it a beautiful background of your choice. Then as well, you can change the sprite. Click on the drop down arrow in the make a new sprite block. You have, as you can see, you have different sprite displayed. You can choose to change the sprite or make any sprite of your choice. Okay, as you can see, we have a cupcake here, a cupcake sprite. This is beautiful. We have just succeeded in making a new sprite. Take note. Now let's move over to the next level. We have here in level 4, positioning sprite. Each sprite has a location. You can set the location by clicking the pin on the block. Very important. Now we are going to be setting the location. You can actually set the location of a sprite. Remember we said earlier in this lesson, a sprite is a graphic on the screen with a location, size and appearance. Okay, now we are going to change the location. You click on the pin on the sprite, make a new sprite block, and it will give you you have options where you can change the location. You can click on the options to change the position, where you want the sprite to be on the play area on the screen. You can as well change it. Now let's see what we are going to have now. Click on that's the pin. Good. We'll attach the pin to the make a new sprite block. Then we'll click on the icon on the side of the pin. Just follow me closely, watch me and see how we're going to get it done. Then you click on the sprite. Good, you can see I've changed the location. Interesting. Let's proceed to the next level. Level 5. Beautiful. I'm sure you're having fun learning, kids. Now in this level we're going to be making more sprite. Okay, just follow the instruction, read the instruction carefully, click the image in the right, okay, to explore it. Beautiful. Now all you need to do when you want to create more sprites, all we need to do is click on the sprite block and drag and make a new sprite block, as you can see, to the workspace area. Okay, then we are still going to click on, after doing that, we click on the drop down arrow in the make a new sprite block. As many sprites you want to create, you drag the blocks, drag the make a new sprite block into your workspace area. You can see I have dragged down 4 new sprite blocks. Then you click on each of them to select the sprite you want to make. So as many sprite you want to make, you bring in the make a new sprite block and choose a beautiful sprite of your choice, and it will be displayed on the screen. And make sure your location block is also attached to the make a new sprite block, so you can set the location of each of your sprite. As you can see, I'm doing now, setting the location of the sprite. Remember to set the location, you click on the pin on the right side of the make a new sprite block, the icon on the pin, then click on run. When you click on run, our program is completed. Ta-da! Beautiful. Now let's proceed to the next level. Okay, we'll be looking at sprite properties. Sprites have more properties, including the size that can be set with code. Here are 2 sprites, but one is larger than the other. Okay, we are going to be setting the size, the properties of the sprite. Use the new block in the sprite category to change the size of the second sprite. Okay, beautiful. Now we are going to get that done. Okay, I'm sure you are with me. Now we are going to change the size of the sprite, and we use the size icon. You can see in the new sprite, the blue block, you can see the size on the right side of it. You click on the size. I think the default size is 100. All we need to do to change the size, you click on the box where you have the number, and you can delete and write in your own numbers. That's the size for the sprite you want, the number of size you want for the sprite. You can enter it. As you can see, I'm doing here. The default size was 100, so we can as well make it. Let me edit it again here. Let's make it, okay, I'm sure you're following me, kid. Let's change the sprite. Let's make it 90. Let's make it 90. Okay, as you can see, we'll have, okay, you can see the sprite now. Beautiful, lovely. Okay, I'm going to leave you to continue and complete your programming puzzle on the Code Studio. Complete the puzzle on the Code Studio, and I hope to see you in my next lesson. I love you. Bye.